In this video, we will be seeing how to multiply and divide integers. Now, in the previous video, we have already learned about how to add and subtract integers. But if you have not watched and if you do not remember the rules of adding or subtracting integers, please go and watch that video. So in this video we'll be learning how to multiply and divide integers. Now they are much more simpler than adding or subtracting integers. So let's move on and see what are the rules and what are the ways we can multiply or divide integers. So this is the first rule. When the signs are different, the answer is always negative. As you can see from the below examples, if any one of the digits we are multiplying is negative, so the answer is always negative. So simple rule, when any one of the numbers, any one of the digits is a negative one, if anyone is a negative number, the answer is going to be a negative one. So you can see here, 4 is negative, 5 is positive, but it doesn't bother, it doesn't matter, because even 5 is negative, if you multiply, the answer you're going to get is a negative one. So what are the steps you follow to multiply? Just as how you would normally multiply numbers. 5 4s are 20. So, but only the sign is important as we are multiplying a negative number. So basically it's going to be negative 4 multiplied by 5 is going to give us a negative 20. So the below one is the same one as well. 3 multiplied by negative 7. So again, we are multiplying a negative number, but just multiply the numbers. 3 7s are 21, but because we multiplied the negative 7, so the answer is going to be a negative 1 as well. So here are some more examples. Here we have negative 2 multiplied by 10. You can just give me the answer like that. So it's going to be negative 20. Plus 2 multiplied 10 is 20, and then with the negative sign, that's going to be negative 20. The next one is 12 multiplied by negative 4. So again, it should just click your mind like that. The answer needs to be negative because we are multiplying a negative number. So 4 12s are going to be 48. So answer is going to be negative 48. Now again, this is going to be a negative answer as well. The product is going to be a negative 1 because we are multiplying negative 9. So negative 9 multiplied by 11 is going to be negative 99. Okay, so let's move on to the other part, where what happens when we multiply or when we multiply digits which have the same sign. Okay, so the rule is here for you. When the signs are the same, the answer is always positive. So no matter you're multiplying two negative numbers or you're multiplying two positive numbers, your answer remains positive. So the rule stays here clear. Whenever you are multiplying two numbers with the same sign, the answer is always positive. So you do not go and make this a negative 32, because you might think just like the adding or subtracting rules, where if both are negative, it should be negative as well. But no, for multiplying, it's different, because when you multiply two negative numbers, you get a positive one. So here you can see that negative 8 multiplied by negative 4 will give you a positive 32. But you know by now that we do not write the positive sign in front of any number. So we just write the number as it is. So negative 8 multiplied by negative 4 will give you a positive 32. So the same rule applies when you are multiplying two numbers to positive numbers as well. Okay, now this is going to be, so you're going to be multiplying two positive numbers, which is 8 and 7. You know that they are positive because there is no negative sign in front of them. So when you multiply two positive numbers, you get a positive answer as well. So 8 multiplied by positive 8 multiplied by positive 7 is going to give you positive 56. It's just like how we used to multiply numbers. That's all. Only you have to keep this in mind. When you multiply two negative numbers, your answer is going to be a positive 1. Now let's move on to dividing the integers. Now, if you have any idea about multiplying of integers, magic. the dividing rules for integers are going to be the same as how you are multiplying. Simple. If you have learned the rules of multiplication of integers from the previous slides which I showed you just now, so the rules for dividing are going to be the same as well. So let's move on and see what that means. Now you can see again the rule is the same. When the signs are the same, the answer is always positive. So you can see that we are dividing two negative numbers here, -8 and -4. So when you divide -8 by -4, no, you don't get a -2, you get a +2, just like how we multiplied. When you multiply two negative numbers, your answer is going to be positive. So same rule is applicable here. When you divide two negative numbers, you get a +1. Similarly, when you divide two positive numbers, you get a positive answer as well. Okay, so here are some more examples for you. So -20 divided by -10. Forget about the negative signs, just pretend as if they don't exist. So you are just left with 20 divided by 10, which is going to give you a 2. So you can even cross them out. You can cross out this negative, you can cross out this negative. So you'll be left with 20 divided by 10, which is going to give you a 2. Okay, so the same one here, you have both negatives, so we will cross out both of the negatives, so we'll be left with 48 divided by 4, which is going to give us a +12. Same is for two positive numbers. When you divide two positive numbers, your answer is going to be in positive number as well. Okay, now let's see what happens when you are going to divide one negative number with a positive one. So the rule is the same as multiplication. When the signs are different, the answer is always negative. So as you can see, -20 is the negative number, 5 is positive. So -20 divided by 5 is going to give you -4. Always remember, when the signs are different, when you're multiplying or dividing, your answer will always be a -1. The negative sign becomes dominant or powerful when one of the numbers is negative. So here as well, 21 divided by -7. Again, you need to know that your answer needs to be in negative number as well. So let's look into some more examples here. Now this is a mixture of examples. You cannot say only negatives. Both of them are negative. So you cross out both the negative signs. So you'll be left with 16 divided by 2, which is going to give you a +8. So say next one, 60. Now there's a +60 and divided by -5. Can I cancel both the negatives? There is no two negatives. There is only one, which means the answer is negative. So 60 divided by 5 will give you 12, because 5 12s are 60. So 60 divided by -5 is -12. So the next example here, -90 divided by -9. So both of them are same signs. So when they have both the same signs, you can simply cross them out. You'll be left with 90 divided by 9, which is going to give you a 10. Okay, now this is for a quick review. You might see what's this sad face and smiley face. As you can see, negative means no. That's how we consider. If you give a negative answer, means that's a no. Okay, so if any one of the if any one of the numbers is negative, you can see one is positive, no, one is negative, the answer is negative, which means a no. That's why they're sad. Same here. If the first number is negative and the second number is positive, still they are sad, because your answer of multiplying or dividing is going to be a -1. But here they both are happy because both of them have the same signs. So if both the digits are positive, the answer will be positive. If both the digits are negative, the answer will be positive still. That's why they both are happy, because they both have the same signs. But here they have different signs, so they are sad, which means the answer is negative. Okay, finally, these are the rules of multiplying and dividing integers. Don't be scared by just looking at the screen. It is nothing. It's just the same thing which we studied. Just you can take picture, or you can write down the rules and stick it somewhere over the place where you study, so that whenever you see, you will not forget these rules. As I've been always telling you, algebra is basically dependent on all these rules. Okay, So here we have, this is nothing but the same. If you multiply a positive with a positive, the answer is positive. You multiply a negative with a negative, it is still positive, just like the smiley faces, because both of them have the same sign, the answer stays positive. So you multiply a positive number with a negative one, the answer is negative. You multiply a negative number with a positive one, the answer is negative. So the rules for dividing still stays the same as multiplying. Only the sign of dividing differs from multiplication. Other than that, the rules stay the same. So hopefully you have understood this lesson. If you have to revise, if you think you forgot the rules of adding and multiplying, adding and subtracting integers, please go and watch the previous videos. So I'll meet you all again in another video.